Hello lovelies, good morning, good afternoon or good evening. This is the YouTube best channel where we bring in the latest updates of what is going on in Nigeria for you. On the news today we have war between presidency and Professor Wole Soyinka reveals mixed reactions. So guys, before we go into full details on this news, I would like for you to click on the red subscribe button down below, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell so whenever I will upload new videos you will be updated. Moving on into the news. The presidency has reacted to Professor Wole Soyinka's comment on the illegality in the 14-day lockdown announced by President Muhammadu Buhari to curtail coronavirus. The Nobel laureate, however, discredited the actions of the federal government of Nigeria through the statement of the President Muhammadu Buhari, on his last live broadcast, which took place on the 29th of March 2020 to the nation about COVID-19, which led to the lockdown of 3 states, namely Abuja, Lagos, and Ogun, during which the President Muhammadu Buhari gave about 70 points to back up his actions strongly. In his statement, the renowned laureate Professor Wole Soyinka stated that the president did not have the power to unilaterally lock down a state, as there was no war or emergency. This was exactly the perception of the Nobel laureate, which many didn't find funny though. The first reaction goes, lessons from President Buhari, how a smart leader refrains from politicizing a pandemic. Second reaction, where the press release in the 50-plus soldiers slaughtered recently. Where is the press release in evacuation plan for Nigerians trapped outside the country? You all skip main issues and address non-essentials. Life indeed means nothing to this administration. The third reaction goes, propaganda is their bread and butter. Look through the other comments and see the handles delighted about the press release and match them with their other tweets. This will give them something to float about, unlike the issues you mentioned. All constitutional lawyers and our elected representatives should kindly step into this and educate us, the mere layminds. The worst development I can conceive us is to have a situation where rational measures for the containment of the corona pandemic are rejected on account of their questionable genesis, he wrote on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the presidency, in a statement issued by Garba Shehu, the presidential special advisor on media and publicity, attacked Mr. Soyinka, which was not well felt by many Nigerians, as they saw it as waste of resources on unnecessary matters rather than tackling more important issues. He said, "Gengen, at last, some good bite. Why must action of government in protection of the citizens be a source of mindless criticism? I admire Professor Soyinka's clout in literature, but he is no scientist." In an open letter, it read, Professor Soyinka is not a medical professor. His qualifications are in English literature and his prizes are for writing books, plays for theaters. He is of course entitled to his opinions, but that is exactly all they are, semantics, not science. They cannot and should not therefore be judged as professional expertise in this matter in any shape or form. Professor Soyinka has also declared, doubtless based on his specialism as a playwright, that we are not in a war emergency. This statement is actually written in part. See full version on the attachment. Defending President Buhari's declaration, Mr. Shehu said the government's primary duty in law and action is the defense of the people of Nigeria. He continued, "Face a global pandemic. Nigeria is now affected. The scientific and medical guidance the world over is clear. The way to defeat the virus is to halt its spread through limitation of movement of people." He then teased the Nobel laureate, saying he should write a play on the coronavirus pandemic after the emergency is over. In the meantime, we ask the people of Nigeria to trust the words of our doctors and scientists and not fiction writers at this time of national crisis. Professor Soyinka is not a medical professor. His qualifications are in English literature and his prizes are for writing books and plays for theatre. He is of course entitled to his opinions, but they cannot and should not be judged as professional expertise in this matter. So guys, that is the end of this news. I would love to drop some few comments to it. Personally, I think that what Wole Soyinka says is like misread, because first of all, the Nigerian government are always looking for opportunities to distract the eyes of Nigerians into irrelevant issues, and this is just a big example. Somebody made a comment about the coronavirus issue, and the first thing you want to do is to jump on it, like you don't have other important issues to be facing. And still, President Buhari should have reasoned the fact that Nigeria doesn't have a working system. So this lockdown is going to affect a lot of people, as many Nigerians are poor. The average Nigerian doesn't have enough money to feed 3 times a day. So when this kind of thing is happening, you will now tell the person to stay on lockdown when there's no electricity to preserve the food to even stay. And then there's no food. Many of them don't have shelter. So him saying we need lockdown, he should have made preparations for the lockdown. You see, if we had a well-thinking president, a president that uses his intelligence very well, he would think far. He will not just be thinking of lockdown, because he knows the country, he knows the economy. So the first thing he would have done is to provide enough provisions of food, shelter, and other things before you start talking of lockdown. I know it was the right move to make, but then it is affecting Nigerians. So guys, this is what I think about this news. I would love to hear what you think down in the comment section below. So guys, moving on to the next news, we have see our government spreading the virus in the name of sharing 20,000 naira. I was shocked to see the viral video of photos where Minister of Humanitarian sharing the said 20,000 naira designated for poor Nigerian households. People were asked to stay at home. The same time, you want them to queue up and collect money. What have we done to our government? Nigerians were asked to sit at home to avoid crowding in a spot and to avoid any gathering of 25 persons in order to facilitate prevention of the raging pandemic coronavirus. See, our government are the one calling crowd in the name of disbursing money while sharing the money in cash. BVN could be the best alternative than carrying money around when the same money can spread the virus. If the money is shared in cash, it won't get to those that needed it, the less privileged. People are not allowed to go out, then how are they going to get to the venue where the money is being shared? Even some less privileged will not even get the information. The government should send the promised amount to individual accounts instead of gathering people to spread COVID-19 to healthy Nigerian citizens. However, what is their yardstick to determine poor Nigerians? So guys, that is the end of this news. So guys, I want to ask some few comments. You can see that the Nigerian government think Nigerians are full. How can you say you are sharing money when you told these same people to stay in their houses, not to leave their houses because they are on lockdown? How do you expect them to get to the venue of where they are sharing this money? Number two, how many people even know where they are sharing this money? How many people know the venue when you do not spread the information so that people will come? See, their main aim is to loot this money as usual. It's not like anybody was really expecting it, because we know Nigerian government is just talk and not do. You see, they say they are sharing money. Instead of them to share it to people's BVN, at least a normal person in Nigeria should have a bank account. Even those people that are poor, they still have bank accounts. People in villages still have bank accounts. But no, because they don't want this money to reach the southeast. That is why they are doing like this. It is only our Nigerian government that know who is poor and who is rich in this country. It is funny that so they've known the people that are the poorest household since in this country, yet they've not done anything to alleviate poverty. It is now they are selecting poor households. Who are they to determine who is poor and who is rich in this country? So guys, if you check everything in this issue, nobody should expect any money from the Nigerian government, because we know they are just doing foul play. That is just the truth. That is just the issue here. So guys, I am going to upload a video so you can see the so-called relief our government say they are sharing to people.
What is happening? Now the people will go collect. When the people will go collect bag of rice. What is happening? I'm shocked. and 2 onions. 2 onions. 2 kilo onions of 20 naira. Then the people go collect bag of rice. More indomie.
According to Lagos State government, these are the things they want to share with us. This is for the COVID-19 emergency food prosperity. They gave 3 to our CDA. CDA, and in our CDA we have more than 60 houses. Yes, 60 houses. If you can hear me very well. So these are the things that they want to give to our own CDA. That okay, we'll share to what? To the people in the community. So we are here. We don't know what to do. We want to share it, but we are still waiting if there is more thing that the Lagos State will do to curb it, because we have 60 houses and these are only 3 bags. It can only fit 3 households. So we are trying to look at what is inside the bag. Akejo.
Àwọn gómìnà dẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé gbogbo nǹkan tí oúnjẹ táwọn fẹ́ fún àwọn aráàlú kan wá gbà lọ́wọ́ CDA. Àmọ́ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ ń ṣe yìí báàgì mẹ́ta làwa rí. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ pín báàgì mẹ́ta? Ó bẹ́tà ká ọ̀rá gbé kalẹ̀ nítorí ìsọlẹ́nu. Ìdí nìyẹn o, àwọn aráàlú dúró dè wá pé àwọn fẹ́ wo nǹkan táwọn CDA pín. Wọ́n ti kó fún wọn, wọ́n ti tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Àwa dẹ̀